Hey y'all, happy Friday. I hope everybody is doing wonderful. Um Tonight we will be playing around in Silhouette Studio, not really making like anything specific to any type of print method. We're just going to be playing around a little bit inside of Silhouette Studio. I don't anticipate being on here for too long because tomorrow's going to be a pretty long day for me. But yeah, so I'm happy to be here with y'all. Thank you for being here. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Patrice. This is Craftable Things, and we like to craft a lot of things. Okay, so we like to do embroidery, we like to do sublimation, DTF, bling, lasers. Like we just like to do a lot of things. We just like to make things. So tonight we're going to kind of head into our software, or one of the softwares that I use often, which is Silhouette Studio. I will be using the business edition tonight, as I always do. And yeah, so my favorite software to use is Adobe Illustrator. That is my favorite. I love the Adobe products. However, it's costly to have Adobe. And if you haven't gotten any type of training in it or learned the software, then you may not be utilizing it to its fullest potential. So if that's you, and if you're like, you know what, I don't want to get into Adobe because it is a bit pricey or whatever, Silhouette Studio I feel like is one of the best design softwares out there, especially for crafters. You can use Silhouette Studio. At least if you have the business edition, you can use whatever you create in that software and open it up in anything that you're using. Whether it's a laser machine, you can use it with your lasers. You can use it with other cutters. So you can use it with Cricut. And what I love most about Silhouette Studio is that it's a one-time fee. You're not paying a monthly subscription. There's a lot of companies out there who have like design softwares and you're paying monthly subscriptions. But to be quite honest, they are not up to par with even Silhouette Studio, because you can pay a flat fee for Silhouette Studio and have it forever. And you can put it onto 2 different computers. Okay, so I would totally look into Silhouette Studio, the business edition, if you are interested in creating your own designs and making your own items. I would totally look at Silhouette Studio above the others. I can open anything that I make inside of Silhouette Studio. I can open it inside of the Cricut software. I can open it inside of Leonardo, which is the software for the Romeo and Juliet cutters. I can open it up inside of my different laser softwares, the WeCreate, the Glowforge, the X Tool, all of it. All of the things I can open up anything that I make in Silhouette Studio in those softwares. I can create images and have it printed out on my DTF machine, which maybe we'll print out something with a DTF tonight, just so you guys can see, like, you can use it in so many different places. I can open up what I create in Silhouette Studio into Chroma or in Brilliance and digitize it. Like I can create an SVG. I do find that creating SVGs out of my files and then doing it inside of, like, when I'm digitizing, I prefer to just have an SVG. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. We'll talk a little bit about Silhouette Studio. If there's anything that you would like to know, let me know. We will be having some classes soon within the next 2 weeks. I did push off on hosting mini classes just because some of you guys know I had a surgery. I was not like up to par. And then like everybody has like a lot of different things going on throughout, the different weekends. But guess what? We will be back on track with our classes. So we're going to be having a beginner Silhouette Studio class, which if you've taken the beginner Silhouette Studio class, you know that it's not really beginner. So we cover kind of every aspect, every function, we cover a lot in that class in regards to Silhouette Studio. It's not about bling. So we're going to be having another beginner Silhouette Studio class. We'll also have more bling classes. So we're going to be doing some beginner friendly bling classes and advanced bling classes. So yeah, we're getting back on track, y'all. We're getting back on track. And if you guys did not know, tomorrow, Marilyn and I will be hosting an embroidery along. Our last embroidery along was over a year ago. So, and even that, like I've been having so much going on, especially with the new job. And it's just been a lot, but we're getting our lives together. So we're going to be having an embroidery along tomorrow. Tomorrow, I believe at 6 Eastern Standard Time, but just to be sure, there is a link listed below in the description. If you are interested in signing up for that, you do need to register and then you'll get the Zoom link. Marilyn and I will be providing the files for you. We're going to be creating ornaments, embroidered ornaments. And Marilyn has already showed me her design. As y'all know, this week, so we've been working, we have like FTE and FTE week for schools for us that deals with funding and making sure that the kids are being coded, making sure that the kids are there and they're their attendance is up to par. And just like for me being over like the IEPs and everything, making sure the IEPs are up to date, that everything is in compliance and stuff like that. So it's been crazy. Today was the last day. Your girl is at 0. Everything. Well, I was at 0 last week, Friday, but I was able to maintain that for the rest of this week too, meaning that everything is in compliance. Like all of my IEPs, all of my kids are good. And the state is not going to be coming after us. So I'm very happy about that. But that was a lot of work to do. It was a lot. So I'm finally getting a little bit of breathing room, just a little bit. I still have more stuff to do, but we're gonna celebrate this success. We're gonna celebrate it. All right. So today we're just gonna be making stuff. All right. Let me see who's here, because y'all know I'm those chatty. And everybody in the bushes, hey, y'all. Thank you for being here over in the bushes. Don't let those branches scratch you up. Hey, Miss Rosalind McElveen. Happy Friday. Hey, Donzel. Hey, Dempsey Boo. I literally did not know what I was going to do until I was talking to Dims maybe right before the live. And I was just like, Dims should be on a roller coaster with me. She'd be on a roller coaster with me because I was like, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay until 6:30 because I just got home and what I'm going to do. And then I was like, I'm just going to design. I think I'm just going to bling. She thought I was talking about like blinging something, which I do need to. But then I was like, no, I think I'm just going to design something in silhouette. She was like, yeah, that's good. Yeah, this you should like. Dims is going to encourage me. So that's what we're going to do. She sounded like, she was excited about that. So I was like, yep, let's go with it. Hey, Miss Viola Floyd, Mama Bye. Happy Friday. Hey, Miss Sharon Davenport. Miss Sharon Davenport, how are you doing? Yes, please remember to hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Retire Crafter. Happy Friday. Hey, Creative Notions. Y'all, the way I got my thing set up today is a little bit wild, but hey, lady. Welcome. It's Martha Jordan. Hey, Kristen. I was like, okay, maybe if you do bling something, maybe you'll, cut it out. But I have taken my Cricut Maker 4 down from where it's usually stationed up there because I will be using it a little bit more. So, I mean, depends on the design that I make tonight. I don't know, but nonetheless, tomorrow, Marilyn and I are going to be making embroidered ornaments. So please sign up. We would love it if you guys would join us. Hey, Bobby. Hey, Terry. And another thing, so for the Zoom tomorrow, if you have a 4x4 embroidery machine, like a 4x4 hoop only, it's perfectly fine. Marilyn has a design that's 4x4 friendly. I think, if you have a larger hoop, it's still going to be 4x4. Maybe depending on what time we get off and how I feel, I may make something a little bit larger for those who may want like a larger ornament, or we may just stick to the 4x4. I don't know, but if you have a 4x4 machine, please sign up. You're more than welcome. There will be something there for you. And also, I know it's for embroidery, but you guys know how I am. You don't have to be doing the project if you just want to come and hang out. If you just, Because sometimes we just need time away if you just want to see what we're doing, if you're interested in getting into embroidery and you don't have an embroidery machine just yet, but you want to see how it goes, you just want to hang out, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to do the project if that's not what you want to do. It's open for everybody. Okay, we're just going to get together. Marilyn's going to provide a file. I'm going to provide one, and we're just going to have a good time together. Okay, just so that you guys know, because I'm pretty sure somebody was going to email me that. If you have to, no. Hey, Monique Johnson, Robin's Creations. Welcome, y'all. All right, I'm just scrolling down. I'm going to scroll down because I'm already behind and I'm already at the bottom. Hey, Coretta. Hey, friend. Happy Friday. It's Friday. So, Barb, it's going to be a Zoom. So, it's going to be at 6. Let me double check real quick because I have the time right here in my face. Oh, it's 5 Eastern Standard Time. So, it's 5 Eastern Standard Time, 4 Central Standard Time. So, it's going to be 5 Eastern Standard Time. Marilyn, is that the right time? 5 Eastern Standard Time? So, I don't know. I think so. So you just got to sign up, and then you'll get the email link with the link to the Zoom, the email to the Zoom for tomorrow. So please hang out. If this is your first time, let us know. Is there a pattern yet? Marilyn does have something, which we'll probably be sharing it out early tomorrow, and mine is going to come today or tonight. We're not going to be on here for long. Because in the morning or early afternoon, like about noon, I have one of my childhood friends. We were super duper close in high school, and we're still pretty close. Her mom passed away, and I have to go. Like her mama loved me, and I knew. I told Marilyn, like, when you are loved, you can feel it. You just know it. You can see it in that person's eyes. You can see it in the way that they smile at you. You know when you are loved, and her mama loved me. So I have to go. And so it's going to be tomorrow. So after her service, then I should be back home, in time to get the Zoom going so that we can hang out and we can make something together. So I'm excited about that. All right, let's see what else. Did I miss anything? Let's see if Marilyn said I was wrong with the time. 5 Eastern will work fine. You sure, Marilyn? Was it supposed to be 6 Eastern? Was it supposed to be 6 Eastern? I don't know. Hey, Sandra, what colors are in the shirt? So this is SS6. So this is SS6. Did I make this the other day? I don't even remember when I made this. I don't know. I don't remember when I made this, but maybe it was the other day. If I did, this may be. I don't think I used Icy Pumpkin just yet for this. I do know that this is Icy Crystal AB for the outline and for the word hey. This may be Icy Mocha for the stem. And then this is probably Icy Jade. I think this might be Icy Pumpkin at the top and then Icy Mocha at the bottom. I think it's Icy Pumpkin. That's what I think it is. But yeah. Oh, y'all. So remember the other day we were having an issue with the DTF. We're going to get into silhouette in a second. But remember we were having the issue with our DTF printer as far as it wasn't printing out the black. Well, there was dried ink underneath the print head. So what I did was so Marilyn told me to do, like, I don't know if you guys have been familiar with like sublimation when your ink tanks are clogged and you do like a sheet where you print out like a block of the different colors to kind of help push that ink out. Well, Marilyn was like, well, do that for the black. She was like, do a black print. She said it worked for her. Well, I did it, but it didn't do anything. It just printed a white backing, like no black. So I'm like, okay, something else is going on because you have done so many different print head cleanings and I did a lot. So I got one of the long arm Q-tips and I put a little bit of alcohol. You can't put cleaning solution on it, but I put alcohol. And I always put alcohol. So I put alcohol underneath. And so I moved the print head over and then I just kind of cleaned. But Marilyn, I find that it's kind of difficult to get underneath that print head the way it's set up because you can't get underneath the print head over on this side. So that little Q-tip just went under for me and I was able to kind of clean underneath the print head. Well, lo and behold, when I cleaned underneath the print head and I pulled the Q-tip out or the cotton swab out, guess what? There was dried black ink underneath, and I think on that print head, and I think that's what was blocking the ink from moving through the print head. Because guess what? After I saw that, after I got that piece of ink out, and then I did a print head cleaning, it was printing just fine. It was printing just fine. Let me show y'all the back of the jacket, and then I gotta send it out. Already. So you see how the back came out? Like that's how it looks. I wish I would have did it a little bit bigger, but I think I'm fine with it that size. I thought I wanted it bigger, but it's fine. So the black is back printing fine. Yeah. All right, y'all. I gotta get comfy. So all right, so we're gonna be looking a little bit at Silhouette Studio, the business edition. What time is it, y'all? Okay, I've been chatting with y'all for a little bit over 15 minutes. It's fine. Hey, Karen Knighton. Let's see. Hey, Angel Boo. Yes, but 5 is perfect. So, Marilyn, should I change it to 6? I can change it to 6. Guys, I think we should change it to 6. So, 6 Eastern Standard Time. I think we should change it to 6. Marilyn. Yeah. It should be, I think it now got Dims and Marilyn emailing me. I mean texting me. Girl, both of them are bossy. Both of y'all. Uh-oh, how do I do that? Hold on, y'all. Let me see what my Zoom is. I don't want to do that. I'll change it later. So just know that it says 5, but it's going to be really at 6. Okay, 6 Eastern Standard Time. I think that's just going to work better. That'll give me time to get myself together. Yeah, this is from last year, right? Is this last year or the year before? I think last year. I think it's last year. You're right. Miss Sandra, is it a new? It should be a new one tonight. I love black shirts. Black is my favorite color, if you guys did not know that. It's my all-time favorite color. Hey, Boyd Apparel. It was a failure. Oh, no. It doesn't have to be a fit. Miss Starla Bunkley? Y'all, Miss Starla Bunkley has been around the crowd, like, since almost day 1. Like, honestly. So it's so good to see you, Miss Starla. Hey, Jesse. Thanks, y'all. I got to put it in the mail tomorrow, too. Hey, Jennifer Ricci. Locks and Travel, Nealon. All right, y'all. Let's get ready. I'm going to add my screen. All right. So, don't mind me. I'm snacking because guess what? I got home after 6 o'clock. I didn't have dinner. Okay, so this is my dinner. So tell me, guys. So I've been working on my schedule, and I'm thinking that maybe we dedicate one Friday night. So one Friday night is date night. Maybe we dedicate one Friday night to just designing. Let me know what you guys think. But I do want you guys to know I love Silhouette Studio. I was not a big fan of Silhouette Studio at first because I've been using Adobe Illustrator for years and years and years. And I really didn't believe in it. And then I started using it. I honestly, when I first started really paying Silhouette Studio any attention, and I had the software, was a little bit before I started doing rhinestones. So honestly speaking, I don't know if you guys know how, honestly speaking, she used to sell ink and paper. She also does a lot of, and she has Silaholics Anonymous. She has two businesses. So she has Silaholics Anonymous and Honestly Speaking. Well, she would do lives showing how to design in Silhouette Studio, right? I wasn't really paying attention at that time only because we used to have a battle of Cricut and Silhouette or Cameo, and I just wasn't feeling Cameo. Like it was I was 100% team Cricut, okay? So we did a lot of that, but I would watch her and she would design inside of Silhouette Studio. That was my introduction to Silhouette Studio. That's how I, got, but I was an Adobe girl. So once we started doing rhinestones, I wanted to make my own rhinestone designs. Like from the very beginning, I knew I wanted to create my own rhinestone design. So that's how I ended up actually learning Silhouette Studio, because there's not a free, plugin for creating rhinestone templates inside of Adobe Illustrator. So this is Silhouette Studio, the business edition. Hey, Fern. Okay, let's see. Did you guys say you want to do like one Friday we do design? It could be Silhouette Studio mostly, and it doesn't have to only be rhinestones. It could be Silhouette Studio where we're doing maybe like a PNG, or we're going to create an SVG, or we're going to use some of the features of it. And then and we'll even incorporate using some Adobe Illustrator stuff. Like we can do one night Adobe Illustrator. I know that's not really not that it's not popular, because it is, but not a lot of us use Adobe Illustrator. And if you guys want to dive into like some of the other softwares like Cricut, because Cricut, there have been some updates, Cricut, Leonardo, how to create your own things. Okay. Now I love Silhouette Studio because with Silhouette Studio and the business edition, you're able to export your designs out as SVGs or PNGs. If you don't have the business edition, you can only save it as a Silhouette file, meaning you can only use it inside of Silhouette Studio. Okay. Okay. You guys said good, good, good. Awesome. 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 Hey, Brandy. Yep, the link to the Zoom for tomorrow it's inside of the description. Okay, it's listed inside of the description. Oh, Kristen, we're gonna miss you, Kristen. Okay, so we'll do design. Oh no, Dims, you and Marilyn are very bossy, and people don't even understand. Hey, Annabelle. Mixing it up. Okay, different design software. Okay, good. The updates for Silhouette Studio are free. Yes, they're free. So again, I don't know how much it costs now. It can range from $49 to $99 for the business edition, but it's a one-time fee, a flat fee. You don't have to pay monthly. Okay. So this is Silhouette Studio. Now, please be patient with me because I generally use Silhouette Studio on my MacBook, but tonight we are on a PC, and I know how to use a PC, but I'm definitely more comfortable on my Mac. All right, let me turn so I can kind of see. I'm moving my snacks, y'all. I got my grapes and I got my cheese bowl. Okay, we got cheese bowls, we got tea, and we got our computer. I think I may take me off because you guys don't really need to see me, because we can make it a little bit larger. Let me see how I'm going to do this. They've changed quite a bit. Oh, and I like it bigger like this. Okay. Okay, Crafter Cuts has the upgrade from basic to business edition for $40, and the upgrade from designer to business edition for $20. Thanks, C. Mills. All right, Leonardo. Okay, Kristen, I will definitely show a little bit of Leonardo. Yep, you can use Silhouette on a MacBook. Yes, that's mostly where I use it from. However, to be honest, the last Silhouette Studio design class and the bling design classes that I did, I've been using the PC because I do feel like the features are the same, but I just felt like I liked it a little bit more on the PC. Don't tell my MacBook that. All right, so now this is Silhouette Studio. We're gonna create like a simple text design. Okay, so I'm gonna do, I don't know if you guys remember that I had a design that said Serial Crafter. We're going to create a new version of Serial Crafter. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over here to the left. We have our text box feature here, and I'm just gonna type in the words that we want. So we're gonna do Serial, and then I'm gonna do Crafter. And that's what we have. I'm going to resize it here, but it doesn't really matter what I resize it as right here because this isn't the font that I want to use. To access the different fonts, now remember when you're doing Silhouette Studio, your system fonts will come up, okay? So if we head over here to the right side, there's the text style panel. If you have a MacBook, the icons look a little bit different, okay? They look a little bit different depending on what you're using. So here we have the text style panel. I'm going to open that up. Now with this particular panel, we'll be able to change the font, and these are all of my system fonts. Some of these fonts I downloaded from Creative Fabrica. Some of the fonts I've got from the Silhouette Studio store, okay? If you have Silhouette Studio open and you go to Creative Fabrica to download a font, you will need to close out of Silhouette Studio and reopen it in order for it to recognize the new font that you downloaded. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what this looks like as Fresh Mango. So Fresh Mango has been one of my preferred fonts as of late. Okay, you see recently used, one of my preferred fonts. We have Ask Why, Alpha Kind. I kind of like Alpha Kind, but I'm going for you guys will see because we're going to warp this, okay? So let's, I did not mean to do that. Sorry, guys. So I'm just going to make a copy. And what I did was, for those of you who didn't know or haven't seen me do this before, I clicked onto Serial Crafter. I'm going to hold down my Alt key on my PC, and I'm just going to left click and bring it over, okay? And then that makes a copy. Instead of having to do like a right click and copy, if we did copy, paste, duplicate, we don't have to do all of that. Okay, it's just a shortcut. But I usually do this so that I have, you know, if I want to change the font, okay, now remember that this font. Another thing that I like about Silhouette Studio is that like you can hover over the font and you see how the font or the text and the font will come up for what you used. Some people, when they're creating, they keep a list of the fonts that they're using. It makes it a little bit easier so that you'll always remember which font you used in your design. Okay, you'll always remember that. You'll have a record of it. I said some people because I'm not some people. Okay, I probably, when people ask me, oh, what font did you use? It's not that I just don't want to tell you. It's because I really don't know which font I used. Okay, so we're just gonna see. No, that one doesn't look good. I don't really like that one, but I have a lot of different fonts here on this PC, and I have some of them I don't have on my MacBook, and vice versa. But you would see, you know, and let's say if we did not see a font that we like here, I don't see a font that I like. Okay, so let me tell you what I would do at this point. I'm gonna remove my screen for a second because I don't know what's on my other screen, and I don't want to overshare because you know your girl can overshare at times. Okay, it's fine. I can add it back to the stage. All right, so I'm just gonna hop over into Creative Fabrica really quickly. Because we may want some fun. So if you are new here, I love Creative Fabrica. Okay, I love Creative Fabrica. If you have Cricut Design Space, Leonardo, any design softwares like that, Silhouette Studio, like whatever, just know that with Leonardo, you're paying extra. Like when you want some of those other projects that they have, you may have to pay extra for them. With Cricut Design Space, if you don't have the All Access Pass, you may have to pay extra for some of the, you know, those added features. Cricut must have kicked me to the curb because I went on Cricut Design Space the other day, and I went to go cut something. I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I was making a video. I went to go cut something, and they were like, "Girl, you owe $3.99." I was like, "Oh, I won't be making this," because guess what? With Creative Fabrica, for it's only $3.99 a month, you get access to everything they have. Okay, you get access to everything that they have. So you don't need those other softwares for these projects. You don't. Okay, you really don't. You don't need them, to be honest. If you have Cricut, if you have Creative Fabrica. All right. So here they have freebies. So let's look at some of the freebies. And as you guys saw, maybe you didn't see because it went fast, they have free fonts. Okay, so these are some free fonts. If there's a font that you want to use and you don't see it, or you don't like the fonts that you already have at your disposal, you can always go here. They have free fonts. This just requires you to sign up for Creative Fabrica, not for any of the memberships or anything like that, but you just sign up to have a Creative Fabrica account, and you have access even to the free fonts. Okay, so let's click here. Here's all the free fonts that they have. I actually love Lightning. If you've taken any of my Glean classes, you know that I love this font. This is one of my favorites. But here we have some fonts. I don't really see any that I really like on the front page. Of course, you got to keep going through to see what you like. Now, I may keep it up because we may add some like clip art to our design, but I don't see what I'm looking for. Okay, we may just stick with impact for today but we might. Let's see. See, I like this one. I think I already downloaded this one. Awaken Design. I think I have this one too. These are some. They're all pretty good, but I don't necessarily. Okay, I kind of maybe want to get this heavy grunge because I may want to do something. Now they do have. All right, so that's downloaded. When you download a font, you guys saw that I clicked download. Let's just go through the whole process of getting this done. I'm going to go to my downloads and I'm going to open the file. Okay, right here, here's the heavy grunge. So I'm going to double click that. And the one that I want, I always do the OTF. I always do the open type fonts. And I'm going to select here. Once I opened it up, you guys see how it has print and install. We want to click install. Okay, so we're going to select install. And once we do install, now it's installed on my hard drive, in my system. Now it's not in Silhouette Studio yet. So I'm going to have to close out of Silhouette Studio and reopen it. But let's see if we can find another. That one's cute, but it's cute, but I don't think I necessarily want that one. We may go with something that we already have. Yeah. Oh, they really like heavy grunge. It's multiple heavy grunge. I think we may do something a little bit like this today. I've been in my warped design era. So the next bling box, that's what I should have did, the next bling box design. It just says, oh, give thanks. All right, let's see. All right, so I'm not going to keep you guys here because all we're doing is looking at, I say that as I press number 4, the 4th page. But this is going to be the last time. Look at, I love this font. Y'all know Ask Why used to be my favorite. And then I kind of kicked it to the curb a little bit. All right, we're going to do, I don't know. All right, so let's go back to Silhouette Studio. Let's close out of it. We may do Alpha Kind. We may or may not. So let's close out of it and we're going to reopen it because if I go back and I type in that heavy grunge, I don't really need it now, but as you guys see, it's not there. So I have to close out of it and reopen it. Okay, let's see. Some people really, they rely on TTF fonts. I don't know. All right, so we're going to do that. Let me get ready to open it now. Where are you? Select Studio. Okay, so we're going to reopen it. All right. I also have Corel Draw, and I also have the Rhinestone Wizard on this computer, and I don't use it often. I really don't. All right, so we're going to head up to Design. We're going to head back over to the left for our text box. We're going to type in Serial Crafter. And I'm just going to use the fonts that we have, okay? And we're going to hope, you know, hope and pray that we like it, because I don't really like much. All right, let me just make sure my, all right, we're in 12 by 12. Everything looks good. I'm feeling good about that. Let's change our font. Let's make this, See, I have other fonts on my MacBook, but because I don't use this all the time, I don't have tons of fonts that I love here. I may go back to Alpha Kind. I love Fresh Mango, but I just didn't think that that was the one. See, there's Heavy Grunge now. After I closed it out, it looks good. If I do, it's going to be Fresh Mango. We have Impact is always good, but y'all. I don't know what I want to do. All right, let's just go with All right, for the sake of time, we're just going to go with Serial Crafter. I mean, we're going to just go with Fresh Mango for the sake of time. And I can change it. It looks very similar to the other font that we just had, but it's different. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to fill this in. I'm just going to go ahead and fill it in with black for now. And I'm just going to remove the red outline around it. I'm not sold on that, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just going to go with Impact. I'm just going to go with Fresh. This is what happens. I don't know if anybody else here creates things, but this is what happens with me. This is what happens a lot. So I'm also going to increase the outline or the stroke. Let me make it pink so I can see. So this is increasing the thickness of the font. So if you have like a thin font and you want to make it, you know, a little thicker, this is how you would do it. Okay, you would do it like this. So you would just go ahead and, you know, you can, and as you guys see, that pink, that's making it a little bit thicker, right? So I'm just going to space it out some with the character spacing here in the textile panel. That spaces it out for me, just so I don't want it to be touching. Now I may make it a little bit thicker here, and then that's good, right? But I also want to turn this back black. So I want my outline to be black. If I were to separate this, let's say if I go, let me bring this down. I'm going to leave that one just like that. And I release the compound path of it. You guys see how it breaks it all up. Uh-oh, let me ungroup. So that kind of broke it up. Now, if I do here again, hold on. Let's fold it together. Because you see how the point value here is still the same. So that means that it's still together, right? I want that to be all one. So I would open up my modify panel. And then I would just click detach lines. And if I click detach lines, you'll be able to see like that outline is still there. So those are things you may not pay anything like that any attention. And this is getting beyond basic or like beginner friendly. But those are things that you would have to, you know, take into consideration. Okay. So let me go here. I didn't mean to do well. I'm going to select detach lines. And then I'm just going to weld all that together again and then make a compound path. Now, what I welded together were, hold on, let me go back because I know that probably, I didn't anticipate on doing that, y'all. I just wanted to make my letters thicker, but so that you guys know what you need to do. All right, so right now we have This is still registering that outline as separate from the original text. It's just thicker. If you're going to be cutting it, this is something that you need to know. If you're going to be creating rhinestone designs or anything like that, this is something that you also need to know. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select this. We're going to select detached lines. Once I do detached lines, if you notice, that's what happens. Okay, it detaches the outline. It detached that outline from the actual letter. Now we want to maybe weld that together, because when I select this, those are two different pieces. We're going to select weld, and now it's one and it's thicker. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do for here. We're going to just weld this together. Well, I'm going to weld. I do things a little bit differently, only because I don't necessarily want all of these to be so spaced out together. I kind of want them to be a little bit closer together. So yeah, so I'm just going to do all of these. I'm selecting both. Again, you see how that looks? Those are two separate. Okay, up designs. And then I'm just going to weld that together, and that makes it thicker. Sometimes when you have the single line fonts, you will need to, if you've taken any of my classes, and we kind of cover it, if you have a single line font and you want to make it a little bit thicker, or you want to create an offset around it, sometimes those fonts won't allow you to create an offset around it. So you do have to do like this method at times, where you create the thicker stroke or the stricter outline. So I'm just doing it one by one. You don't have to do, you can do it all the same however you want, but I'm doing it one by one just because I'm going to move some of these letters around. If I didn't intend on moving any of the letters around, then I would just go ahead and weld it all as one, but I want to move some of the letters around. So I'm just going to weld it after that. Oh, I'm going to make it into a compound path after that. Now, the difference with welding, if you weld something, let's say if I have these two right here and I bring it over. Come on. I told y'all MacBooks are my thing. So let's say I have these two, and you guys see how these are two separate letters, right? They're not together. If I select both of these and weld it together, it still has those two individual bounding boxes around it, which if you use like Cricut Design Space or something like that, usually when you weld, it all becomes one. Not in this case. This will become one if you make it into a compound path, not if you weld it. The reason why this welded together with that outline is because they were all touching. Inside of Silhouette Studio, welding, it needs to touch in order for it to truly weld. So let's say if I put this E right here on the S, kind of like that. And right now we have the two bounding boxes. Y'all see the bounding box around the S. There's a bounding box around the E. If I right click and weld it, now there's one bounding box because that becomes one now. You see now that's one. So that's what weld is. Weld, if it's not touching, it's not going to become one. If it's touching, then it does become one. Okay. So for this to become one, or like for if you open this inside of Cricut Design Space right now, this will come in as, you know, when you get ready to cut it, the E could be over here and the S could be over here. But if you want that S and the E together, you would want to go ahead, right click it, or open up your modify panel and make it into a compound path. I usually just right click it and make it into a compound path. And now there's one bounding box around it. Hey, Miss Linda Tolbert. Okay, so that's kind of how that would work. Okay, that's how, you know, welding, that's the difference between welding and making something into a compound path. Compound path makes these two become one, because this is now one. You guys saw that those two bounding boxes disappeared and we only have one box around it. And then welding, these two, because they were touching, they became one. But if they're not touching, they don't become one. Okay, so I'm going to move this over. We're going to move some of these letters over a little bit. And we're going to just see different ways that we can play around with this text. And we may even print it out on our DTF printer. I would say sublimation printer, but I don't really feel like moving it. All right, so let's say we have this like this, serial crafter. Uh-oh. And then I kind of want these to move over. Now, the reason why I spread the letters out a little bit more, added more space, is because I didn't want them to be overlapping or touching when I got ready to do any welding or anything. I didn't think I was going to weld them individually like that. And if I knew that I was going to do that beforehand, I would not have spaced them out because I didn't really have to at that point. But if you're going to be welding entire text together, and let's say this T was touching that F, then it will weld that together. Okay, and you may want some space, especially if you're doing bling. You don't want anything too close because then, you know, that overlap is going to cause you a little bit of issues because it's too close. All right, so I'm just moving these over. I can move it over like this. You can do different things. You may do something different. And just remember, we're just playing around a little bit inside of the software. I'm going to delete that. Hopefully you guys, did you guys understand like welding, how I did the welding part? So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take the word serial. I'm going to make that into a compound path. And then I'm also going to take the word crafter. And I think I have it close enough to how I want it. And then I'm going to, well, so let's say if you wanted to, just for the sake of like just designing, right? Let's say, you know what, Patrice, this is just too straight. Like, I don't like it like that. You can do something different. So let's say if you want to make your S over here a little bit larger, you can make the S a little bit larger. And then you can play around with some of your, you know, you can move your letters around. It doesn't necessarily have to be all together. Now with design, there was a design I did, and I kind of did, let's see, we move this here, right? And then we just kind of, and even if we had this like kind of overlapping like that a little bit, and then let's say we have this kind of overlapping a little bit, we can resize it a little bit. The S is a little bit larger. Let's say if you want to turn this a little bit. Let's turn the E a little bit. Just to give you, you know, we're just doing, y'all, this is not going to be perfect. We're just doing something. We just living a little. No. All right. And let's say we, but it's all up to you and like how you want it to look. Okay. This is not necessarily what I'm going for, but let's turn our S a little bit. We're going to turn the S that way. Maybe make the E the other way. I'm going to bring the E up some, about right there. We're going to bring our R over here. And then our I. And then the A. I guess that's how I want it to look. I mean, you can do whatever you want. Okay. I'm just giving you guys ideas that everything doesn't have to be, you know, you can be a little creative with it. And then let's say we put this here, right? Let's make this L a little bit larger. So let's say if I knew that I wanted this to be like this, but I was probably going to do it like in a bling design or something like that, I might go ahead and not just bling design. Like it could be whatever you want. I don't like how those letters look actually. Sorry, y'all. I know we're just going over things, so don't pay me any attention. I'm sorry. I can't help it. All right, so we're going to just maybe make this like this. I'm going to make this A a tad bit larger. We're going to go like this. And then our L, I may flip the L around like this. Okay. That's not what I want. But nonetheless, guys, don't worry. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get through. All right. So let's say if I wanted serial to look something like that, right? But I also want to make sure that we can read this and we can actually use it. So I'm gonna head over to the right and open up the offset panel. Okay. So I'm gonna create knockouts of every letter here. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here, head over to the right to the offset panel, and that was like represented by like stars, a star with an offset around it. So if I select offset here, I can tell the system how wide I want that offset to be. So right now it's a 0.125 distance, and that 0.125 just means that that's the distance from the edge right here to the edge of that red line. Okay, that's what that offset means to me. Okay, that's what it means. All right, you can also have a curved corner or an angled corner. Okay, of course this is a curved letter, so we would go with the curved angle. It's going to automatically default to that. So I may even make this 0.15 instead of 0.125. And once I did that, let me click apply. If you guys notice, that offset kind of got a little bit wider. My favorite is 0.125, but for the sake of this, it's going to be 0.1. We're going to do 0.15. Now, if you look at here, that pink is in the back, right? That pink is in the back because the S is actually in the back of that E. Okay, the S is in the back of the E. I'm going to make this E just a little bit larger like that. And we're going to bring it over just like that. Okay, so I want to cut out this pink from the E. Like I want the E, I want the S here to kind of be, I want the full S. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring the pink to the front. So I only have the pink selected. And if you look here, you'll see that I only have the pink selected. So I'm going to select bring to front. And so now that pink is in the front of the E. Okay, I'm going to click out really quick and I'm going to open up the modify panel. I'm actually going to move the offset panel over here because we're going to use that for a little bit. So I'm going to open up the modify panel right here. And then I'm going to utilize some of these features here. So I'm going to select our pink, and we only have the pink selected. I'm going to hold down my shift key and select the E. Now I want to subtract. Okay, when you're subtracting, you're going to be minusing what's in the front and what's behind it. So we're going to take away this whole pink outline of the S or offset of the S, but we're also going to chop into this bottom part of the E as well and remove that. Okay, to do that, you have to select subtract. And it's very important, the orientation and the order of your images, your parts. So this pink S has to be in front of the E. If it's behind the E, then the E is just going to cut out of that S, okay, or the outline. So I'm going to select subtract. Once you select subtract, now you see how that S is cutting into the E, okay? I'm not going to like this, y'all, but we're going to keep going, okay? This is just to show you guys some different things that you can do with your text. Everything doesn't have to be so uniformed. You can make it look, you know, how you want it to look. You can make it look a little bit different, unique, right? You can make it look unique, okay? So now I have the R, and the R and the E is here, but that E is behind the R. So if I select this R, and let's say if I turn it a different color, you will see, let's turn it yellow, you will see that that R is in the front of the E. But remember, when you're subtracting, you want to make sure that whatever you're going to be subtracting from is in the front. So let's say if I have this R in the front and I double click that E and I select subtract, see the R goes away and then part of that E goes away. I don't want that, okay? So I'm going to select the E first. We're going to go back over to the offset panel. Remember, I moved the offset panel over to the left, and we're going to select offset. That offset creates an outline around. So we're going to select offset. And as you guys see, we have our offset here. It's still on that 0.15 inch offset, which is perfect. Now I'm just going to change that color so that we can see it. I'm going to change it to pink. When you create an offset, we had the E selected. The selection automatically jumps to the offset. So this E is not selected. The offset, the pink, is selected. If you look here, you'll see the pink. All right. We're going to right click. I'm going to bring that to the front. And so now that's in the front of the R, and it's in front of that other E, the actual E. All right. I'm going to hold down my shift key because the pink is still selected. I'm going to hold down my shift key and grab that R. No, I don't want that. grab my R, and then we're going to select subtract. Okay, subtract works with two things, two images, two parts of the design. That's what subtract works best with. Subtract all works best when you have two or more, or three, and you just want to slice in between it, like you're subtracting everything that's behind it. Okay, so now we have the S, the E, the R, and the I. So now I'm going to make my I a little bit larger. And we're going to just leave the R, the I just like that. Okay, and we'll move this over. I don't want editing points. Let's open back up the modify panel. All right, so now we have our I. We're going to do the same thing that we did with the R. We're going to create an offset path. Now, can you create offset paths of everything and then do it? You can, but it just may make it a little bit confusing. This is an easier way, especially if you're a beginner. All right, so we're just going to change that color again. I'm going to bring it to the front. And now we have the shadow in the front. I'm going to hold down my shift key and we're going to select subtract. So now that R is going into the I. Too much into the I, but it's into the I. It's going to be fine. So another thing, I'm using the shortcut key up here. But if you select your color, your fill pattern or your fill area, then you'll be able to use it. You know, you can change your colors here. I don't usually do that, but you can. We'll look more at it in another time, okay? So here I'm going to do the same thing with the I. I'm going to create my offset, 0.15. We're just going to go ahead and change that color to pink, and then I'm going to bring that to the front. And then we're going to take that pink away from the I. Now I am going to make this I a little bit larger. Just a little bit. And then we're just going to take off a little bit of the A. I'm going to hold that. We're going to press shift to grab that A. And then we're going to head over and we're going to select subtract. And then we're going to do the same thing for our L. Okay. We're going to do the same thing for the L, even though the L is, I mean, I could just have the L over here by itself, to be honest. But just because I cut through everything else with it, we did that. We got to do it. I got to do it. Not too much, though. Not too much. All right, I'm going to move over just a little bit. And then we're going to select our offset. Apply. And then we're going to make that pink, bring to the front. Sorry, y'all, I had to get me a little bit of tea. Select that L, and we're going to do subtract. All right, so this is what our cereal looks like right now. And let's go ahead and turn everything black. Now you can change whatever color. It doesn't all have to be black. It can be whatever color you want it to be. I'm going to go with black for now. Uh-oh, I didn't grab that R. I didn't really mean to grab the bottom. But let's say if we have it like this, I'm going to right click and we're going to group that together for now. Okay. And then you can have something up. I don't want the T. I'm going to select all of this crafter. We're going to group that together. And then now you have like serial crafter. And then you can make it, you know, you can do whatever you want to do with it. You can create, you can change the color. You can do whatever, right? We can even turn this into bling if we want it. If that's something that we wanted to do, we can turn that into bling. Okay. So the other thing that we're going to do is I'm going to move this over. Uh-oh. Do I not have that? Okay. I do have it. So I'm just going to group all of this together, right click and group it. And then we're going to move this down. This is just, this is very like basic things, but if you don't know it, then it would be helpful. So I'm going to move this down. Now, another thing you could do if you wanted to just like cut out, let's say we have this like this. I'm just showing different things that we can do with the different text. You move this down. Let's say instead of cutting out like how we did Serial Crafter, we cut out from each letter. Let's say if you want to just cut out, let's say if you want to make this a little bit larger, right? To kind of go, I do want it to go a little bit larger. It doesn't have to, but it can. Let me just move this I make a lot of copies. So I do recommend like making multiple copies as you go, because you just sometimes never know. And I'm just going to just make that a little bit. I don't want it to look distorted, but I do want it to be like a little bit, you know, a little longer than what cereal is. I'm going to bring cereal down a little bit. And then we're going to move cereal over just a tad. But I am going to just to make it a little bit. So now it's wide. It's wide like the word crafter, right? So, and of course, I'm going to make another copy of this because I don't know, you know, if I'm going to like what I'm going to do to it next. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this down just a little bit, just right here. I want it to barely slice through the word crafter, just like that. Not too much, maybe about right there. All right, so let's go ahead and make another offset. I'm going to select the word cereal. We have cereal selected. I'm going to select offset. And if you guys see, we have the offset around the word cereal. I'm going to turn that pink. And again, that is in the back. Okay, it's in the back of the word crafter. If it were in the front, we would see it in the front. I'm going to right click and bring that to the front. But if you notice here, because all of this other stuff is touching, then we have, you know, we have two bounding boxes. We have a bounding box here and then one here, but this S is not really touching the E. That's why that's why it looks like that. Okay. Now I do feel like this may cut in too much. So I'm just going to select everything and just move it up a little bit. I'm also moving up what's behind it as well. So let's see if I cut it down like that, like just a little bit, just to cut it. I don't want to cut into the text too much. So now I'm selecting that pink and I'm selecting this pink, right? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to group that together because I just want to create one cut. Now I'm holding my shift key down. We're going to head right back over and we're going to do subtract. Undo. Okay, there we go. I don't know why I deleted the rest of it, but if you notice, like it just did the whole cereal crafter and kind of what we did. But once I did that with Silhouette Studio, it separates anything that you have grouped together. Whenever you subtract something or anything like that, it will break it apart again. So, remember we only had cereal. It just jumped down here to this part that was done. I'm going to go ahead and group all of that together again. Okay, so you can do something like that. Hey, Tuck. All right, there's different things. We have the same text and we've done different things with both. Okay, we have something, we have this, and then we have this one that we did, and then we'll see which one we like the best. All right, another thing that we can do is with this text, we can actually we can warp it. Okay, so I'm going to bring this one back up and we can warp it. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. All right, so let's say if we warp this, right? I'm going to make this a little bit. We're going to bring it in some. And if you notice, like you have your sizes here, so you know what size it'll be. I'm going to make this a little bit larger. So let's go down to warping of the text, okay? So I'm going to select, which one is the warp, y'all, right here. So this is the warp panel. Looks like a little bit of a mesh or so. So I'm going to select warp panel. And here we have different ways that you can warp, okay? This way, we'll do this another time. I've shown how to warp it like this, where we warp it into a shape and you crop it and you do, you crop the shape out of the text and the text looks like it. We've done that a few times. We'll revisit it again, okay? We're gonna dedicate one Friday night to just us playing around in design softwares. Hopefully, and I do plan on maybe designing and then we just move to making it, but for now we'll just do design, okay? So this is when you want to warp. We can warp the text, but we're just going to use some of their templates, their warp templates, okay? So we have Serial Crafter here. We can kind of turn it like that. If we move these markers, you can kind of move it down and do different things, with it. It doesn't have to be, just what you get. You can actually change it, okay? Hey, guys. Awesome, Tammy. That makes me happy. Hey, Miss Sonia and Tanyu. Hey, Robin S. Sorry, I missed y'all. But there's so many other things. Like if we click this, like you can, and then you can also still do, you know, move it around if you want. And then we're going to go, if we wanted to do something like this, that doesn't look bad. That looks, you know, and then you can, again, you can stretch it out as much as you want, right? That wouldn't look bad. That might actually look like a very unique bling design. It doesn't have to be, you know, so concrete. Like that looks good, right? I'm going to go back. Which one did I do, y'all? I did that one. So if we did something like this, this is another thing that you could, you know, stretch it out. You have your little notes here that you can kind of, you know, play around with it. That's still not what I was going for though. And then again, you have different things that you could do. Okay. Let's see, where am I here? Do I like this? I don't like that either. I don't like it. You could do something like that. I don't like that. But you guys see, you get the point, right? You can do different things. You can, this isn't too bad. Like I don't, but if I just stretch it out, I don't like that either. Let's see if, here you can kind of play around with it so it can be shaped how you want, but I can't even really tell what that even says. Maybe I think I liked that one better. But you can do different things, okay? Just so that you guys have an idea of what you can do. All right, so if you move this down like this, like you can stretch it out some and create, you know, different little shapes that you may want to do. You see how that's kind of moving it in? Different things. That's warping. But, you know, you may like it. You may not like it. It's 100% up to you of what you want to do, you know, with it. Okay, we're going to restore original shapes. I thought we had more options in Silhouette, but I don't think so. I don't think we do. To do more warping, like more warping styles, but maybe not. Did we try this one? I think we did. Yeah, I didn't like any of those. This might be my favorite. Like I may like this one. Like if I were to like maybe, you know, do some other stuff to it. Like you can kind of do, you know, I don't like it. I don't like it. But you can warp. Like there's different things to warp. Some things I like better than others. Awesome, Ron. Yeah, play around with it. Just play around with it. Bonetta, hey Bonetta, you like the, I don't think I can crisscross. Like, what do you mean, Barb? Like, can I crisscross the text? Like, have it, like, tell me what you mean. Like, maybe have this cutting through like this. They don't have anything, like, that you can, that it's automatic. You probably have to manually do it. I think you probably have to manually do it. Tell me what you mean, Barb. Thank you, Nomi. So that's what we have for this part. Let me see what else you want to do with this. Of course, you can change your colors, things like that. This one is my favorite one, and I know it's super basic, but it is my favorite. It's my favorite one out of what we did. I mean, the warp text, let's say, let me leave it this one like this. Now, I do like this way. Like, I do like when I do, like when I use this warp, but of course you still have to kind of play around with it a little bit just to get an idea of what you want to do. All right, so we're going to make this a little bit smaller. Now, what else should we do with this, y'all? What do you think we should do? This is my favorite one. It's out of whatever we just played around with. I'm not really trying to, I'm not really in love with this text, with this design, but It's going to be fine. And I will probably redo it to a text that I love, love, love. All right, let me know what you guys think. What should we do? Like an X, so one text. Oh, with this software? I can do that with Adobe, but I haven't tried that with this, Barb. I haven't tried it with this. So, but I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Let's play around with it a little bit. Let's take the word crafter. Let's see. We probably could. Let me, Barb, challenge me, Barb, challenge me. All right, let me go down. We'll do something else with this before we leave because I want to print this out. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock. We're at good timing. So let's say if I did, we probably should be able to. If I replicate it, let's see. All right, let's head over to the right. Let's go to the replicate panel. And let's see if we did a replicate copy. I don't think that's what you were going for, Barb, but we could do something like that. That's just creating a mirror. Let me select here. That just does like another mirror. I'm trying to see if there's a way that we could maybe do it. Let me see. Where's that other one I had? Let's try this one. Let's see. OMG. Thank you. Retired Crafter 22. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Evie. Thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let me see. I've done it in, I can crisscross text very easily inside of Adobe Illustrator, but I haven't tried it in here. So what did Barb say? AI says you can crisscross text in Silhouette Studio by using a combination of text manipulation tools, including the offset, compound path, and subtract functions in the modify panel. What crisscross text? Let me see what you're... I need to see a picture of it. Is it just like cutting it through? Let me see. Let me see. Don't forget, y'all, tomorrow's going to be 6 o'clock. Crisscross text. Let's see. I keep forgetting I can eat my grapes as much as I want because you guys can't see me. Let me see. But I don't. Oh, like if you're doing. So like a text effect. You should be able to. Like if you have Serial Crafter going in between. But kind of going like. Okay, I'm going to just let y'all know this. I typed in crisscross text just now. And guess whose video is the first video that I see? But it's for Canva. Y'all, I have Canva, but y'all don't mess with Canva like that too much. Share. Copy. So if you want to go in Canva and see how this is done, let me drop the link for the video. The first video that popped up in my feed when I Googled it. Hold on, y'all. Let me. Yeah, like a cross paste. Oh, no. It didn't. Hold on. It didn't give me the link. Hold on. We'll be here in a second. I'll be there in a second, guys. Share. Copy. I just want to copy that and share the video. No. Sorry, I'm trying to share this video, but it's not. Let me visit it. and then share from there. So Crisscross text, this was the first video when I did copy, I typed in Crisscross text to get a picture, the video popped up. Uh-oh, they knocked me out. Hold on. So if you want to make it in Canva, click onto that link. Okay, I'm right here. Crisscross text and Silhouette Studio. Let me get a picture. I need to get a good picture because only videos posted. That's gonna be a lot of manipulation for one thing for now with this. See, with Canva, it's easier to do it because it's easier to do it in Canva. In Silhouette Studio, you got to do a lot of manipulation with this. So let's see if we can put, I'm all for a challenge. Let's see how I would do this in Silhouette Studio. Because with text, like in Adobe Illustrator, you have text effects. It's so easy to do that. Let me make a copy. I'm only going to spend like 10 minutes doing this because it's not my plan. All right, let me move this around. Let me see if I'm... Nope. Let me get one of them. So it's almost like you're creating like this through here. Like it goes through. I don't really want to release the compound path on here. Yeah, I don't want to release it. Release compound path, which I don't want to do, but it's fine. Let's go here. Let's select subtract all. And I did that. That's just going to remove my inner part. I didn't mean to move that A. I meant to move the inner part of the A. And then of the R. All right. So let's see if I grab this. I don't know how this is going to look. Okay, let's move this. No. So maybe let's move this here. Let me see if I select. I just don't, yeah, yo, I'm not going to get this just now. I got to play around with this a little bit more in order to do it in here. I got to play around with this more. Because the way that it, like the way that it looks, right? If we take this here, but it kind of cuts through a little bit. Yeah, no, this is not going to be good for me right now. It's just not. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going, this is not going to be a good thing for me right now, guys. But now I have to figure it out. If you guys know me, you know that I cannot not figure it out. All right, let's do, I'm going to do subtract all again. And then I thought I did release compound path. Okay, I'm going to do release compound path. I'm going to do subtract all. But I don't see my other little inner parts. They're not there, y'all. I don't know what. Oh, maybe I never had that as a compound path. I didn't. All right, so let's see. I think it needs a little more space because it's like with that, it's like cutting through. It's cutting through the text. So, hold on. You don't have to figure this out. What time is it? I'm gonna give it 10 more minutes. So let's see. So it's almost like, let's bring this up here. Uh-oh. I should have left cereal altogether. I shouldn't have separated it. So let's say we do it here. And then, but that kind of cuts, that kind of covers the, yeah, no. Let's bring it back down. I got to figure this out, y'all. I can't, it's going to have to look, it might look crossed up. It may not look crisscross. It might look crossed up. There is an easier, like if you have text effects, they have, with text effects, you literally just have to type the text. You just have to type it and it does it. I'll show you guys that in Adobe Illustrator. So you don't really have to do this like this if you have text effects. So let me group this together. And then we're going to bring this back down just like that. We're going to move this over like that. And then I'm going to group this together. And we're going to change the color to pink. Because pink is a good color. I'm going to group that. Let's bring this to the front. My A is still a little bit off. Like that doesn't look good. All right. So it kind of goes like this, but it kind of, I guess maybe my focal point should be right here for it to be halved. I'll make it a little bit bigger. But then let's send this to the back. That A is a little bit off, but it's fine because I moved it. I'm looking at a picture, y'all, to kind of give me an idea. So this will go ungroup. Let's select the pink. This will go in the front. And then the IAL to the back. Do something like that. And then we're going to just group this together. And then we're going to, if we did an offset, let's see if we do an offset. Let's reduce that offset to like 0.1. I may want the offset to be even smaller than that. Maybe I want it to be 0.07. Let's click apply. Let's have a pink. No, let's have a, we already have pink. Let's have a gray offset. Okay. And then let's group that together. All right. So now we have our word crafter. And this is going to be, I kind of want that in the back. Let me ungroup. So let's do the C, the R, the A, the F, the T, the C, the R, the A, and the F in the back. So that's going to go behind. This is already behind right here. But if we did the F, the F is going to be behind that I. Y'all, don't know. I think maybe warping. No. Let's put that to the back. Send to back. Nope. Let me do undo. I had the gray selected. So we want this, the A, the R, the C, send to back. But see my I and the L, and then the T to the front. But this is the part right here that it's not cutting. This is the only thing that I can think of is to like move. No. What is it getting? Why is it moving that? Oh, because I have that all together too. Because I'm thinking like I can't really see that F good. Like I really need it to kind of cut. I can't see any of that stuff. Now I got to figure this out. We don't have time to figure it out today because, yeah, I don't have time to figure it out today, but we will figure it out. I'm going to open up the color panel and let's see what we're going to get. All right, so if we move this here, hold on. No, y'all can tell I'm not, my keys over here don't pay me any attention. Okay, what if we have this kind of like this? And I still have this right here. Let's see. I may make the word crafter a little bit bigger for now. And then if we have the L over here, I still feel like that may be a little bit too far. Like maybe if we kind of just like tilted that up a little bit. Kind of like that. And then this is going to be, we're going to send this to the back. Send to back. Maybe that F, maybe that needed to be still. What if we, y'all, this is, yeah, I'm going to have to play around with this some more. This is not going to be a Friday night stress-free project. Yeah. I got to play around with it. I'm trying to get my gray. Okay. Let's see. All right. No, I don't want the F. That was not my intention. Well, no more shift key. I don't want the F. You see, because the thing is, I need to get, zero may be just too big though. Yeah, it is not. It's not doing what it's supposed to do, y'all. It's not doing what it's supposed to do because my F is not being seen. All right, y'all, we played around with this. It's fine. It's fine. I'll live another day to do this. We won't worry about it just yet, but once I start, I can't stop. That's the problem. Once I start, and because I really want the crafter, like crafter needs to be seen. All right. Let me make this a little bit smaller. Yeah. And then maybe create like an offset around. Yeah, it's still that. It's something like that. It looks a little bit strange though. It's something. something else I need to do. Like I need to maybe create another offset around here. Let me see if I create an offset around the word crafter. We're gonna be done soon, y'all. Don't worry. I know, guys. I know. But I can't help it now. All right. Offset. Just 0.70, a very thin offset. And then we're gonna go back to gray. Let's see. All right. It's just that F. Yeah. Let me see if I do. Let me see replicate in advance. That's not going to do anything for me. That's not going to do it. There has to be an easier, well, I wouldn't say there's an easier way in here, but that makes more sense than having to go through all this to do it. Pretty sure in Canva it's a little simpler to do it, but not here. Not here, not here. I wish I would have. All right, let's make this a little bit smaller. All right. I thought by separating it and like kind of trying to give it a different, like a 3D-ish look by having some of them, like you see how the S, the E, and the R is in the front, and then the I-A-L is in the back. Like trying to give it like a, that would help give it a different look. Like to give it the look that you would need for the crisscross. I was trying to see if that would work better, but I don't think that necessarily. I mean, I could maybe put a little more space in between the letters, maybe. We'll have to see. Because you see how, like, I need that F to be seen. Because if not, you don't know what word that says. Let me move it up. Okay, I got another idea to kind of help us. I got another idea. Full of ideas. We're going to move that over here, right? Let me get the word crafter. Because I have everything separate, I got to do some things. Hey, Lisa. Make the R hug the F. Let me see. We're going to do... All right, offset, you got to go for a little bit. All right. All right, we're going to take this and then we're going to move it kind of like that. And then, y'all, I'm stuck here. I can't go anyplace else. Let me keep that to the front. Let's bring the F. Let me see if I bring it to the front. I may prefer the F to the front. Maybe. Let's see, but that R, let's see. Make cereal just so good. Oh, my eye is not moving. Let me select the eye. I thought I had the eye selected, but I didn't. Let's see. I can maybe make more space in between. I didn't mean to click out of it. That's where the headache comes. No sticky keys. All right, y'all. I'm about to look in the chat in a minute to see what y'all said. I kind of, the A needs to be seen, because if not, you won't know what it says. The I kind of want, you know what? I'm going to add a little bit more space in between here. I think that will help me. Like if I do like a little more space right there, not too much. I don't want it to look too noticeable, but something like that, possibly. And then I'm gonna take this. Hold on. No, I don't want that A. I'm probably like, girl, hurry up. I'm sorry, y'all. This is what happens. Too weary. And I'm just gonna move these. So it's just like a lot of manual things that I have to do with this at this point. I'm gonna move. Look, I'm adding some space in between so that maybe we can kind of get a better view. Maybe something like that. I don't know. What y'all think? Tell me. Should we move on or should I keep going? Because y'all know it's hard for me to stop. I will probably not be up. Maryland, just forget it. I'm not going to even be able to make an ornament because you know I'm going to be up tonight trying to do this. And Silhouette Studio. I mean, Adobe, you just really have to have a text effects. You don't have to do any, you don't have to even be stressed out with this like this. But, you know, it's good learning. Now I kind of want this over a little bit more. Okay, that A is covering. Okay, the A is covering the S. Okay, let's see. A in the back, F in the front, and T in the back. So A in the front. Let's see. Let's see what Dimps is saying. No. So Dimps is saying, oh no, the A is gonna have to stay in the back for now because the offset of the A and the R, they touched. It's gonna have to stay in the back for now. Because if not, then, well, maybe. Let's see if we bring the CRA to the front. The F, the T. Let's see. To the back. Probably could work, but I prefer the F to cut. Like, because you still see like that loop in the R, and then you still see the F. But the F kind of, with the R on top of the F, I don't know. The A in the back. Oh, so see the R, the A in the back, the F in the back, and then the Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So the F in the back. I to the back. Because now that put that to the front. I to the back. Like that. Dempsey boo. Dempsey boo, girl. Is that what we're doing? Is this? What if I move it over? Up. I can't. Was that? Did I move it too far to where the F? Like we gotta. Nobody's not going. They gotta see the F. Like they gotta know that it's the F, right? In my opinion. But is that I, the A, the L? F in the front, T in the back. Let me see. Bring to front. T to back. But you know what? It probably because I just did the, I didn't do the whole offset. So you see, y'all got to move that offset over too. I got to move the A over and the L. I think that's the best we could do. Hey, Miss Nini. I think this is the, because so you'll see how this is like all to the back and then it kind of goes to the front of it. Like it's to the front of the I. But if I move this to the back, so if I move that, undo, I'll move the whole thing to the front, bring to front. And then if I move the T to the back, no, because that F is the only thing in the front. I don't think that looks good. I don't think it looks good. Let me see. Not with that, because it's just like the F is just in the front. Like, yeah. Bring T to front in between F and T. Wait a minute. Bring T to front. What's in the front now? And I in between F and T. So am I leaving the F in the front like this? Or are we going to bring the F to the back? Oh, no. And then Angel Boo. Letters of cereal look to crafter. That could be it too. Bring the I in front of the F. Okay, hold on. Let me make it bigger. I can see it. So the I in front of the F. Okay, so okay. So pink in front, F in back, pink in front, and so maybe A in front. No, because I'm gonna move the thing to the front. Bring to front. F to front, T to back. And the I, maybe bring that I down a little bit more. Bring to front, T to back. And then the I, the A, and the L, that's all going to the back. That's all going to the back. To back. Let me see. What y'all think of that? Need a third element or smaller than the other. One smaller. For the printed version, Dempsey Boo. So, should I make cereal smaller? Let's see. Let's see if we make cereal smaller. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's see if we do cereal smaller. Crafter is the main thing. What if we did something like that, y'all? What do you like if we did that? I kind of don't even like it now. Not even kind of. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. All right, hold on. What if I take out Crafter? Like, what if I straighten out Crafter? I don't like it. I can't even hide it. I can't even lie and say, oh, this looks good. It doesn't look good to me. Okay, let's see. Oh no, y'all. Okay, do the knockout method with cereal to create a white border so they aren't actually touching. Okay, Angel. Okay, cool. Okay, girl. Okay. So if I do the knockout method with cereal, hold on, I need to change the color of this though. Where's my, hold on, y'all. I'm just gonna group some stuff together. Like I'm just gonna group the black together. What is all in black? Why is it so big? Group. Okay. And we're gonna group the pink together. Oh no. I didn't really want to do that like that. Okay. I know what we're about to do. I know exactly what we're about to do, but I'm going to get this. We're going to make another copy. Don't judge me. I make copies on top of copies on top of copies. And it's going to be fine. All right. So I'm going to select this outline of the R. We're going to do the offset path or offset. And I'm going to leave this at 0.70, like a very, very thin one. Let's do yellow. Remove. And I'm going to... I don't know, y'all. Group. And then let's take this. No. I know at this point, y'all, like, what is she doing? Where is my modified panel? And then let's do subtract. Okay, let's send this to the back. Angel, is that where you're talking about, like, do something like that to create the knockout of it going like that? So that's in front of the A. I should have moved it down some. It'll be easier with the same number of letters. Yeah. Here's in the back. I don't understand. You think it's too? Donika says she thinks it's too slanted. Cereal, hold on. Let me go undo it, girl. Let me undo everything I just did. I can't do multiple undo, y'all. I am aware of that. I just do. Okay, let's see if we unslant it so much. Let's see if that will work. So kind of like this. And you have to put the I was kind of breaking it up like that. I think that's why I did it slanted, so we could kind of see the text a little bit better. Because when it's not, then it kind of just falls on, you know, like it's just almost overlapping, as opposed to like if it's even more slanted, you can kind of see your letters a little bit better. Maybe, maybe not. Oh no. I don't know. I forgot what I was even going to show y'all because this has gotten me in a chokehold at this point. I don't know. Let me print it out. It's almost 10 o'clock. What time is it? Y'all, I'm past my 90 minutes tonight. It's Friday. I don't know I don't know, y'all. I'm exhausted. I was trying to see. I know I made cereal bigger even after we've had an intervention about cereal being bigger. I know I just made it bigger, y'all. I know. I'm trying to fit it in as best as we can, but we've been on this for a while. So it's too tilted. Before slanting, Kristen, no girl. Oh, Angel, I missed what you said. And now knock the F out. Hey, Miss Candy. Happy Friday. Okay, so so if we have this, like, no, those are all separate. I just feel like, and it may be not, there may not be enough space in between my letters either. Like they may be too tight. Hey, Jess. Wonder whether A needs to come to the front. I don't know. Let me see, Kristen, what that would look like. Well, I can't. And this one, if I bring this A to the front, that's not the part of one word is supposed to be in the front and part of the other word is supposed to be in the front. So right now we have the SER right here. Let's say if we bring the S, the E, the R to the front of the R, we moved it back so that we could see that F. But technically, and I see what you guys are saying, like if they were all the same, like if had the same amount of letters, but one part is supposed to, in order to get that effect, one part needs to be in the front and the other part of the word needs to be in the back. So half of the word in the front, half of the word in the back. So if I move this R to the front of the F, that's how we had it in the beginning, to kind of give you, but how that F is, it needs to kind of be like this, probably needs to be over here, like where the break is. I don't know, y'all. Neon glitter showing through. Oh no. Oh no, Angel Boo. So what if I move this down? Well, if I move it down, it's going to be 2 down. I don't want to use that. I'm about to give up, and I don't usually like to give up. I'm going to have to figure. Because if I cut in between here, let's say if we do an offset in between. I get what you guys are saying with it being slanted, but if I'm not going to be able to see the other text. Look. We can't see. So what if we switch it around and have the C, the R, the A, the F to the front? Let's see. Let's see. Between the F and the T, right here. Hey, Lita. All right, let's see if we move it over a little bit. Like that. Let me put a little. So we have a little more space in between the F and the T. Okay, put a little more space. Straight like crafter. Make cereal straight like crafter. Less of a slant on cereal. Make it kind of like the word crafter was stamped. Like a postage stamp at the top of it. I don't understand. So you guys are saying make it straight like this. So if I'm making it straight like that, or how? Oh, y'all, that is not even lined up good. Go see the I and the A. So y'all are saying make it straight like this, or how? And make crafter the slanted. So you're saying make cereal straight and crafter slanted. Hold on. Okay, hold on. All right. So if we make cereal straight, I don't have any of this group together, y'all. So I gotta. It looks a little weird. So make cereal straight and then. And then slant crafter. Do you want to slant it like that? Cereal is not straight. Hold on, y'all. I gotta do something else. Wait a minute. Okay, let me just grab this real quick. I'm gonna group. No, I don't want to group it together. I don't want to. And if I try to do my line, it's not going to do it right for me. I knew it. It's not straight. I don't want to center it. All at the bottom. Did it do the pink for me? Or which one did it do? I just want the gray. The line, but that's still not straight. I don't want to space it. Let's take it along to it. But did it get everything? I think I sized them different sizes, and that's also throwing me off too. But it didn't get. Did y'all look like my pink did not move? All right, on this side it didn't move. Oh, yeah. That's because I have them all separate. That's why. Evie, that's how it should look. Okay. All right, y'all. And so let's see what we can do here, because I'm getting tired. This whole night went left because I was not trying to do this. I'm sorry. So if you were following along at the beginning when I was doing this, thank you. I'm sorry. Sorry. All right. So crafter is going to be slanted. But do I need to put more space in between the like these letters? Let me see what you guys say. Be grouped and center align. Yeah, but I kind of don't want to do that just yet because I don't know how much space I want to have in between. Like, I don't have to keep ungrouping it. And this is pretty good right here. Let's see if I put more space. All right. Now let's see. Because so the reason why I'm not grouping it is because parts of the, if I group it all and I want to put things to the front and the back, like let's say like with these, only this part needs to be in the front, this part needs to be in the back, or vice versa. If I have it grouped together, that doesn't work. So I'm going to put part of this in the front. Do I slant it even more? I don't know, y'all. Is that a good slant? And then put it to the back. So let's say we have, I kind of, what if we do the C, the R? If we do this, what did you guys say? It's a skew, not a slant. Okay. Yo, I'm about to get delirious in a minute. All right, so let me bring this to the front. All right. Into the back. Nope, that F can't go to the back. Eve, no. Yo, I'm about to throw this out. It's about to, what did Shanice say? Shanice almost purchasing. I like the way you smile. Slide IL to the right. Let me see what Ocho said. Okay, Shanice. Okay, slide it to the right. Should I bring, after I slide it to the right, one TR to the left? TR is going to go to the back. Thanks, Kristen. And two back. Thank you. The FTER has to go to, I thought the F, I know the F has to go to the back, but it just didn't look right, Lita. Nicole, I shouldn't have even went down this rabbit hole. I really shouldn't have. Sent it back. It's my fault. Okay. Where's Nika and E? Come on, Denise, Nika, Kristen. What did Evie say? Hold on. Liz said this video uses multiple words. Maybe Choice Creations, which the last three letters, I think they're about the same size. Even though I did play around with them a bit. Eve, like the whole thing, like the whole live. Let me see how the word stamped across it. Hey, Chris. Okay, Chris, you know how I get when I get overwhelmed. I'm at that point right now. So, I don't know. I don't know. So this is 2 So tell me, should I remove the offsets that's around here? Do I even need those now? What y'all think? The girl has been up early. I had an early meeting today too. But see that, you see how the A is going over the R? I just don't think that it should be like that. And if I'm, yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna have to play around with it. I'm not gonna be able to sleep until I figure it out. Kristen, you know Kristen. This is why I don't. this is why I do not. This is why I don't. Kristen, how do you know me so well? How do you know me so well, Kristen? Mm-hmm. So Liz, that's true. Liz, most of them. So maybe that would be better. Okay, let me. Liz, girl. Okay, let's do this, Liz. Let's just do crafter, right? And let's do here. Let me not even think of trying to do serial crafter. It's always people in the world who has to be extra. I don't want to be that person. So let's see. Liz, you on to something, girlfriend. Now I did see something that had different words, but it's honestly, if you have a text effects, like if you do text effects, it's a lot easier. So like, because you're literally just typing in the text. I would do it in Adobe Illustrator, but I need my other, this MacBook, y'all know I have the one that's done because I can't stop using it. All right. Liz, let's do this. Kristen, Nika, y'all get ready to assist. All right, I'm gonna go with pink. Let me just group this together. Well, I don't even want to group it together just yet. All right, so no. All right, so if we go here, oh, hold on, let me get down to the text. Each letter needs to be grouped and then center the line. No, Evie, Sheila Stone. All right, yo. Shanice girl, this whole thing going in the garbage. Monique, don't tempt me because you know I'm gonna be watching 2020 while playing around with this. You know that. Tuck, you're gonna have to come on here and show me, girl. Tuck said she figured it out. Yes. Exactly. Yes. All right, y'all. James, I can't take it. Not today. 4 copies of cereal stacked with crafter in the middle. I like that idea, Jess. Jess, yes. I put Coretta's video when I googled it. Coretta's Canva design Canva video came up. I put it in the chat a little bit earlier. All right, y'all. All right, who's ready to help their delusional friend over here? Is it something like this? Like, is this, am I doing too much of a slant? Like, I don't know. The picture that I looked at, But something like this, y'all, I would just use Adobe Illustrator. But if you don't have Adobe Illustrator, then you know you may want to do this. But I don't even want to do it no more. I didn't want to do it in the first place. Like I don't want to do it. All right, let me see what I could do. What I could do. What I could do. What I could do. What you guys say? She did offsets of Crafter. So Tuck, you're gonna need to do a video to show everybody how to do it. All right, Lita said when you put the other crafter, line the bottom of the C's and stretch the one that is crossing. Okay, Lita said when you put, hold on, Lita. When you put the other crafter, line the bottom of the C's and stretch the one that is crossing. So this is the one that is crossing. You said line. That's, I'm just not getting it. So partially you need to use offsets. That is the way I do it in CorelDRAW or Adobe. So you use offsets around crafter bar, around this crafter. You use offsets around this one? Yeah. Yeah, it's been fun, y'all. It's been fun. I don't even know what else I want to talk about. It's 10 o'clock. I think I just want to go to sleep. So delete everything. Hold on. Hold on. Tuck, don't tell me we're gonna place the text on the X. Don't tell me that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna make an X. A big X, Tuck. Okay, so we're gonna make an X, then like this, Tuck. And then are we gonna place the text on here? What next? Oh, not too long. Hold on. All right, so I made the X. Well, kind of made the X go. It's not really an X, but all right, like this. Is that good or too much? Let me know. All right, we got our X. Let's see. All right, Tuck. About 5 inches. These are, okay, this is about. Okay. I'm gonna do 5 and 5 on both. You just want to do 5 and 5. All right, I did my 5-inch lines. Okay. Okay, they're 5 inches, Tuck. They're 5 inches, girl. We're gonna group them. Group. We got it grouped. Yes, yes. Let's go, Tuck. Let's get this, girl. Hair nap. Go to the warp panel. Okay. Let's go, Tuck. Let's go. Hey, Karen Ed. Happy Friday. Go, that warp tool earlier. You saw how that warp tool had me earlier. Well, it was fine, but select ABC. Okay. We were in the warp tool earlier, but we weren't trying to do all this until Barb was like, can you do Crisscross in Silhouette Studio? And I'm like, can you do Crisscross in Silhouette Studio? Oh, damn. Because I'm not on my MacBook. I'm on the PC. So select this one. Okay. You got that selected. Tuck. Tuck. Girl, you got me hyped up. Okay. You know that's why that warp tool. I can. Luckily, I'm on the PC today. I plan on doing design stuff on the PC, like when I come on live. If I do this again, I don't even know if I'm gonna do this again, y'all. To be quite honest, I'm stressed out. The corner. Okay, we're gonna grab the corner of the right. Okay. All right, we're ready, Tuck. Meanwhile, y'all, this is what I look like waiting for Tuck's instructions. This is what I look like waiting, just sipping my tea, waiting for her instructions. Okay, warp it until it's flat. So you mean like this? Tell me if I'm doing it right. Or no. Something told me to make a copy of this. Tell me, Tuck. Tell me. Wait until the one corner in the front. Tell me. Undo. Undo. Copy. This is why I make copies, y'all. Okay. Tuck said to do this. Keep going. You're going to make it flat. So am I making it flat? Like, am I pulling one down? Like, should I grab this right and go back? So should I go like this? Like, am I making, I don't like, kind of like that, making it flat like that. Is that what I'm making? Is this what we're doing, Tuck? So like, kind of like this. Oh, don't stretch it. Oh, Lord, Tuck. Oh, Lord. Now I did too much. Okay, redo. Okay, breathe. Okay. I don't even, at this point, Keep going. I'm trying not to stretch it, but am I stretching it? I feel like I stretched it. Like that. Am I making... Oh, Tuck. It took me a minute, girl. It took me a minute to understand. Tuck, it took me a minute to understand, but I promise you, I went to college and I did pretty good in college, but I wasn't getting it. I wasn't getting it. Like for this, you need to be street smart for this. That's above being street smart, is above being book smart. Okay. I needed to be street smart for this, Tuck. Tuck, I get it now. I get it now. I get it now. I get it. I get it. I get it. Tuck, I got you, girl. Is this enough? Is this enough? Tuck, is that flat enough for us? Hey, crafty Leo Mary. Tuck. You gotta be street smart to be a crafter. Yes. No, yes. You do all that other stuff. You don't learn crafting from the books. You don't learn this stuff from the books. Crafters be geniuses at math and can't do algebra 2. Can't do calculus, but they know how to add, they know how to measure, they know how to do all the things that they need to do to make the things that they want to make. So yeah. All right, Tuck. Do I need to keep going? Yes. Okay. Now this is my guy. Now release the warp. Okay, girl. Tuck. I release the warp. What's next? Hey, Elba. All right, we released it. I'm feeling good about myself. Drinking my hot tea. Okay, let me set this to the side. Now we're gonna set this to the side. Let me make a copy of it too, because girl, you know, I barely really know how to listen. I'm really surprised that I got this far. Do I need to group it together or make it into a compound path or anything like that? Type your word, but don't add the offset. Are we going to place the word on here? Tuck. Tuck, 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 tuck. Tuck, 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 tuck. Okay. After, let's do impact. Like this font is not it. Let's just go with the impact font. Maybe that is better. Let's see. Impact. There you are. All right. So I need to size it. All right. Let's see. All right. So do I need to ungroup? Type your word, but don't add the text. So am I going to place this on here like that? Something like that. Or I have crafty. Craft with no R. Oh, no, the R might be there. Oh, it is there. It's just not long enough. Let me make it smaller. Tarsha. Listen, crafters be making things happen. Like, I don't even know what I got going on over here. Okay, like this, Tuck. Should I make it a little bit smaller? Tuck, I would have been up all night. Yes. Okay, is this good? All right, let me know what's next. Do I need to make another copy of this with the same size so that we can get ready to do the things? No, that size is fine. Okay, perfect. All right, let me go ahead. I'm gonna make another copy. Do we want to put it on here? Is that the right thing to do? Am I gonna? So you guys know what I'm doing. If you had a circle or any shape, you could literally drag the text on it and it'll form to that shape or image or whatever. All right. All right, let's see if I'm doing the right thing. Hey, Miss Mary Cobb. Okay, let's see. Oh, I need to warp the text. Hold on then. I'm all doing something wrong. Okay, let me undo this then. I'm not going to put it on there. I was trying to put it on the line, but I'm doing too much. Okay, so what am I doing now? Use the ABC option. Oh, go back to warp text. Okay, here. Tuck. 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 All right, I'm here. Tell me what next, Tuck. Release it. And then we're going to place this on here. Oh, y'all. I'll start to match it with my guide. Okay, so I'm gonna but it's not, did I release it, Tuck? Okay, what did I do? Did I even release it? Oh no. So I'm gonna match it up with the guide, but it won't let me like slant it or anything. No. All right, we about to get this party started. Okay, so I'm gonna so am I gonna just shape it like that? I know I probably did something wrong. Tug is probably like screaming at the Patrice. Why would you do that? But it won't let me. Oh, there. I'm like, it won't let me, and then it lets me. All right, let me put it right here, Tuck. And do I need to start warping it? Bring the top corners forward to make it stand straight. Okay, let me read that slowly. Bring the top corners forward to make it straight. So, like that, Tuck? Tuck, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, I'm just trying my best, honey. I'm just trying my best. That's all I could do. Tuck, what I did wrong. Tuck, what did I do wrong so far? I'm trying, Tuck. You've been so patient and kind. Okay, let's see. I kind of want to get it to like stay right there. Okay, we good? Okay, what's next, Tuck? Girl. Whew, let me drink some more tea. And wait for my directions. Now make a dupe. Okay. Of that same one, right? I hope I have the right thing. Okay. And then am I going to turn it? Okay, we're doing really well. We're doing really well. Once you split the F in half and have part of it in the front and the other half in the back. Let's see what's next. being a good student. Let's see. I can't believe I've listened this much. Like, this is really good. I deserve a treat tomorrow. I still have all my dinner. We need to lean it forward. Use the top corners. Okay, so right here, use the top corners. Make them come towards you. Like that. I'm pretty sure I'm doing something wrong, but was that it? The one on the guide. Oh, right here. Oh, hold on. Okay, let me move this one. Okay, the one on the guide. So now these corners make it come towards me. Like that, Doug? Girl. Street crafters be going rogue. I'm trying not to. See? I knew it. Let me undo. Okay. I'm waiting. Pull the top left corner towards you. Okay. So this one right here. Pull it towards me a lot or not a lot. Like maybe like here. Is that too much or not enough for Andy? Let's see. Like you're about to pull out the screen. Like that. I put it too much. Oh, Tuck, I did too much. Girl. Your teacher's be like, I told you just a little bit. Like, now erase it all. Now you gotta erase everything. Okay, so I put it towards me. And then left to the back. From the bottom left to the back. Okay. Is that too much? Like that? Girl. I mean, it has a different look to it. I pushed it back. Girl. Okay. I undid it, Tuck. I undid it. So pull it like you're about to pull it out of the screen. Oh, the bottom left, like that? Too much? The top corner is stuck. What did I do wrong, Tuck? What did I do wrong? Undo. Listen, your girl's over here. I'm just trying to figure this out. Tuck is helping me so much. She gave me some ideas too, but I don't even know it. Okay. Tuck, I don't know. I'm just trying my best. I don't know what I'm doing. This guide was clever, though. Tuck, this guide was clever. The top corners. I don't know what to do with the top corners. I'm pulling them at me like this. Like, see, I'm pulling these. I know that's not what you're going for. I overdid it. Sorry. Okay. The top corners. Okay, let me see. Let me check my email. You know I don't check this email, Tuck, but for you, girl, I gotta check it. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I'm checking in. I don't see nothing. Nope, I don't see nothing at Tuck. I don't see nothing. She had to send a picture. Tuck, what email did you send it to? Patricia Craftable Things? Because, girl, I don't see it. Tuck, you are an amazing teacher. I don't have it. Tuck, you are an amazing teacher because you're also like you're just helping me out. You're very patient, very kind. Yes. The one girl, what's my YouTube thing? Okay, hold on. Hold on, Tuck. Hold on. Let me see. Let me put y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna put y'all on mute for a second. Oh, hey guys, I'm back. Tuck has helped me, and it looks a lot better than what I was doing. I cannot explain it. She's going to have to do a video to show you guys, but it's looking a lot better. Tuck, thank you so much. She's very patient, very kind, and I feel good about this. Thank you. So Tuck's going to be doing a video to show y'all and to explain everything. And so I kind of messed up. Y'all know sometimes I go rogue a little bit, but you know, I can't help it. But it's fine. Okay, it's fine. And it was a lot of warping that I was doing. But I have the gist of it. How to do this inside of Silhouette Studio. And maybe I just need to kind of tilt it a little bit. I warped these too much. Like I did something wrong, but it's fine. We all got to start someplace with crisscross applesauce. It's honey. All right, but I think it looks a lot better than when I was doing it. So I guess at this point, like you could go ahead and make some offsets, things like this. I know this isn't a line, but that's because I didn't. No. I tried my hardest. And you can do it like you can ungroup it. Wait, it didn't release the work. Oh, release work. So like you can even do it individually. Like you can, but you see how that F is here? Maybe I can move this up some. I think we're pretty good in this area. I'm gonna work this one. Let's see if we move this, because it's supposed to look like it's all standing up. That's what it's supposed to look like it's standing. But this crafter is a little bit larger than the other one. I really want to move that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me. I'll shrink the gray just a little bit. Okay. All of the grays probably need to be a little bit smaller, I think. Because it's a little bit too big. But it's fine. I'm not stressed out about this. I'm going to show you what I was thinking. When you were telling me this, I was like, oh, I'm just going to type on top of the text. But that still wouldn't work because it still wouldn't be standing up to give you that appearance. Like that wouldn't work out with it like that. But that's the difference. Like you have to get it to kind of like lift up a bit. You see how this one, that's a little bit. So if I move that. Yeah, now I'm doing too much. I got the gist of it. Thank you, Barb. Yes, Tuck's gonna do a video to show us. Just the R and the A. Like this one right here, this R looks, oh, girl. Like what was I doing? I don't even know what I was doing for real. But we did something. It looks better than what I started out with. Something like that. So I'm supposed to do a V. Tuck said that it should look like a V. So like from where the CRA is, I should have a V. Like, but maybe it's still too far up. Like that. Who knows? And then Oh no, yo, let's go smaller and see what that looks like. Or maybe do, because I already said I kind of had it too slanted before. Is that too slanted? Thanks to Sierra Browning. I'm sure a hot mess. I never silhouette. But it's the first time for everything. Hey Fab! Girl, your girl over here being a hot mess. Fab said it looks good. Thank you, Fab. Okay. It looks way better. Like it actually looks like, it's crossing. It looks like it. Yeah. So Miss Karen in exactly. It's so fun still being able to learn. There's always something to learn. There's just slightly off. This one right here. Or this one. So Tuck was giving me instruction and I was kind of no. I was kind of just going. So I was trying to go back as she was telling me to like move the nodules. Like she was actually giving me detailed instructions on which way to move the nodules and everything. I was just being fast. Y'all know what they say about people in the street. I was being fast. So we didn't listen. Was just going. It is the process. Thank you, Liz. Thank you. Now I made it through. Thanks to you guys. Y'all push me. Thanks to Tuck for taking out time to help me. Now I kind of have an idea of like some things that I could do with that, but to be quite honest, I probably would just do it inside of Adobe Illustrator if I wanted to do it. But this is something you could totally do it. And the good thing is that if you practice it, it'll be a lot easier. Like this is my first time doing this like this. So as you do it more, it gets easier. So good night, Elba. All right, y'all. That's it for today. That's it. I gotta get up and look how much better. Look at what I did before, y'all. And then look at this one. So much better. Just the way that it's flowing. Look at that. I tried though. So it's fine. It's all good. I'm missing one of the other ones. I don't see it, but it's fine. I'll finish this design later. I wanted to print it out on the printer, but we've had enough. I've had enough today. Let me stop sharing. I was gonna print it out and press it, but not today. Thank you, Dr. Rossi. Tuck, good night, Tuck. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for helping me. I appreciate it. I am about to go watch 2020. I am about to go. All right, y'all. It's been fun. Hopefully you guys learned something tonight. I mean, I don't know. Should I still do the once a month design nights? I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna see. But I am probably gonna be up playing around with this for a little bit. I do need to do this design that for tomorrow for the embroidery along. Don't forget, tomorrow we will be doing, Marilyn and I will be doing an embroidery along. We're going to be making ornaments, perfect for a 4x4 hoop. So please definitely sign up. There is a link listed below in the description. And yeah. But we'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember to be kind. Remember to be kind. Remember to be patient. Remember to help others. You just never know the difference that you can make in somebody's life. Okay? You just don't know. My new job has me like in a completely, like I'm super busy, but I absolutely love it. And the students that I have now, or like I don't have actual students who are like I have to teach or anything like that. I'm more so responsible for their IEPs and um, managing those and making sure they're getting the services. And the students that I have now, they're not your typical students. Um, my school is an alternative school in my county, and a lot of the students have lives that they have like I've never experienced, and different things that they're going through in addition to having a disability, a learning disability, cognitive disability, or whatever it is. They've lived they've lived different lives, and it's really different. It's really different. So I just want to say everyone, deserves kindness. Everybody deserves a fair chance. Don't forget to smile. Say hi to somebody, greet them. You never know. You may be the first person that they have socialized with the entire day. And it's okay to be that person. It's okay to smile. It's okay to say hi. Ask somebody how they're doing. But ask them how they're doing and really, mean it. Really care about how they're doing, because you may have to say a prayer for them. You never know. You just never know. So I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here, being patient with me tonight. Thank you to Tuck again. Thank you to all of you guys who was in the chat, Nika, all of you guys who were in the chat helping me to figure out this. Barb, thank you so much for this challenge, because I assure you that I will not be able to sleep tonight until I get it done. I love you guys. Check out Stacy and Jess in the morning. And then, of course, on Sunday, check out Shay Shay. Crafting on a Time with Shay Shay. They will all be on live this weekend. Marilyn and I will see y'all tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I love y'all. And until next time, y'all. Later.